Hello plant community, thanks for tuning in to this channel. My name is Pam, and today you guys, we have a fun one. I have a plant haul that I want to share with you guys. I'm so excited, so let's just jump right into it. Okay guys, so really quick, I have probably a total about like 8 plants that I've purchased myself and was actually gifted to me. And the reason why I'm doing it, I guess I'm buying plants or looking for plants as my last, I guess, time to actually buy plants, because we are going into the fall, and then shortly after it'll be the winter season. So also too, my birthday is actually coming up in a few weeks, and some of the plants that I do have are plants that's gifted to me from my husband, and he said that there was more to come. But of course, you know, with plants, you just can't wrap it up in a gift package and hold it and put it in a corner for a few weeks. So I have to open them up whenever they come. So, but yeah, let's just jump into it in no particular order. I'm gonna try to remember to tell you guys exactly where I got certain plants. So let me start out with, I'm pulling up my other phone because I did not have the tag for these. These two plants, of course, are Hoyas. Surprise, surprise, right? But it's not surprise because we all know. But these were, excuse me, I got these from Gardino's nursery. And this right here is a Hoya Latapia. It's the long pointy leaves. It says it's formerly the Hoya AFF clandestina. And really, y'all, look at these leaves. First of all, the leaves are huge, as Lataphias are known for big leaves. And I don't know, it just spoke to me. It's just such a beautiful plant, and I know that it can possibly, as most Lataphias, at least in my care or just my experience, they sun stress very subtle but yet beautifully, usually red outlines on the edge. So I'm super excited to see if I'll be able to do that. If not, that's fine as well, because if I get a full pot of these beautiful long leaves, oh my goodness, such a sight to see. Now this, trying to make room without knocking and hurting myself at the same time, you guys. But this other Hoya it's an EPC667. And I really am going to probably try to do some research, find out exactly why we have these numbers. I know it's because it's unclassified in some form of a way, possibly so. But the reason why I got it is because I love big leaves. You know, I really love my Hoya Sarawak, which is also a Latapia, I believe. But I love those big, wide, round leaves. And when I saw this one, it was like, I don't know, I just had to get it. And even if it's not blooming for Hoyas, for me, it is definitely the blooms that is the sweet spot. But I really admire and appreciate the foliage, even though, give or take, depending on what type of Hoya it is, sometimes the leaves can look slightly different. But with your naked eye, and I mean the naked eye, you probably could tell the subtle differences. I don't know, but I am really loving this plant. And as you can see, it already came with this long tendril, and I don't know if I'm just gonna leave her alone and see what she does. Yeah, because I don't want to trellis her just yet. Sometimes I let the Hoyas tell me whether or not if they want to be trellis, if that makes sense. I don't know, but yeah, got those from Gardino's nursery. Now I have a couple of other plants that I didn't look for. They kind of found me. One I got from, I think, Lowe's, and then the other two that I'm about to share with you guys, I got from Home Depot. And you know, guys, you know I've been saying this, at least in my area. I mean, I probably would have to go on the outskirts of my state to actually come across those excellent, outstanding finds. Do I want to do that? I kind of don't want to do that. One, I don't have the time. But if I had the time, depending on what they actually had, I would be more lenient to make the trip. But anyway, the one that I got from Lowe's, basic plant, but a beautiful plant, you guys. I had to get it. It was the only one that they had. And you're going to see why I had to get it. This is Mandula. Guys, look at this. Now, mind you, I already have a Mandula Pothos already, but it's actually in my black-faced planter that's hanging on the wall in my dining room. And it's not a big specimen like this, but also too, because I have it growing in my dining room and it is getting nothing but artificial lighting, it's not really getting any natural light, the creaminess of the leaves of the Mandula kind of turned like a yellowish color, so it dialed back a bit. So this one I'm going to try to grow in here in the sunroom, and I think it'll be very interesting to see if I would be able to maintain the white color. It may change a little bit, like my snow caps did here, but again, I can't do anything about nature's light, but I do want to put her in here, or I have her currently hanging in here now, and I just want to see what she does. But what actually really drew me to it was just this mixed color right here. Now I'm not quite sure if it was reverting back. I don't think it was. I don't know really, because it doesn't look wavy like the Mandula, and I don't think it reverts back as far as the actual shape of the leaf, does it? I mean, I don't know. That's a good question to kind of answer, but I'm thinking it may be a mixture of the all green as well as that. But whatever it is, you guys, I am loving the contrast. It's just so beautiful, you guys. And this was actually $16.98, so I thought that this was an excellent deal. And this was the only one, so I knew that homegirl was waiting for me to pick her up. She knew I was coming, and she had to hide in the cracks for me to find her, but I'm glad I did. And I'm glad she's part of my collection now. Now, these other two I got from Home Depot. I'm lying, you guys. This next plant I actually got from Lowe's as well. I've seen this plant once or twice online, and I've never been able to come across it again. Lo and behold, I'm in there looking for planting mediums or substrates, or it may have been insecticidal soap, but I know I was in there for something outside of plants. I didn't even really expect to see anything there, honestly, you guys. But every time I do go, I try to, let me just take a walk through in this section and see what magical miracle could possibly happen. And so I guess in this case, that's what it was. This is an aloe, you guys. But this is, I already potted it up because she was root bound. She was in like a 2-inch planter over there by where you would see like the cacti and of course succulent section, of course, because it is a succulent. But this is a climbing aloe, you guys, and that's so interesting to me. So basically this plant will climb up. I've seen photos, and you guys can actually probably Google it, and you will see photos too where they actually turn into trees, and the bottom will actually be stalk like a tree, and it has this top that just looks magnificent. I really love my aloes that I'm growing now, the regular aloe vera, and then I guess the colorful one that I can't never seem to remember the name of. But I just thought that this one would be very interesting and cool to watch it grow, and if it does grow up. And again, this was the only one that I saw, and I was like, when I saw it, I was almost like starstruck. I was like, oh, I would have never thought I would have seen this actually in person. I haven't even really came across this actually online. But at the same time, it's not to say that I was really looking for it. So this was kind of like a unicorn plant for me. So I was super excited that I was able to find her. And I think she was probably like $5.98 or something like that. Can't really remember, but I believe that's what it was. And super beautiful find. Now, my next one, this one I got from Home Depot. I don't know if you guys was already aware of it. I'm quite sure maybe most of you are or were, but I do know that it was a lot of people saying that they was finding some great Hoya selections from proven winners at Home Depot. And so I was like, you know what, let me just try my luck and see if I see anything that grabbed my eye, and I did. And I'm about to show you. Now, the name of it that proven winners called it was a teacup anime Hoya, but it's actually giving me Hoya I can't talk today. Hoya V vibes. It really does. And I'm about to show you guys exactly what's going on with this, because I did not buy it like this. Okay, it was in like a 2-inch planter of the Proven Winters cup. This plant was $5.98, but when I got there, it was actually on sale from $5.98 to $3.98. I was like, oh, wow, this is a good deal. So I brought two of them. My goal was to actually pot them up together so they can be a full plant. When I actually took it out of its planter or plant pot, the soil was extremely dense and it was extremely wet. And so it has roots, but I didn't feel comfortable putting her back into just my soil mix and hoping that she thrived. I'm kind of learning from my past mistakes, you guys. Sometimes patience is not a strong suit that I have, and I'm trying to work on that. Normally, my past Pam would have just put her in the soil, and then I would have cried a month later wondering why she declined. Instead of me just taking the time and redeveloping her. So I actually have her in myco water to help reestablish her roots. Now, she does have some good roots going on, but again, I want her to get some very strong, healthy roots, and then I will pot her up into my soil mixture, and I think that will be the best success that she has. But she is a very beautiful plant, and you can see why I say she reminds me of the Hoya Latapia because of the subtle veination or white veins that is on the plant. I love this plant. It's a beautiful specimen. Outside of big leaves, I am a sucker for those small, tiny, dainty leaves. This is more like a medium-sized leaf, I guess, but it is still beautiful, and she has a lot of growth points. And it was very interesting to know, really, which is a super deal, you guys, for $3.98 when I took it out the pot. It was actually 3 plants in each pot. So this is a total of 6 plants, man, and I'm so excited. I'm just going to let her do her thing as long as possible, and then I'll pot her up into a chunky, airy mix that my Hoyas tend to like and thrive off of. Now, this next plant that I'm going to show you guys, so glad to have in my collection and actually part of my collection. You know that I've been into euphorbias. I've been looking for different structures of euphorbias that just grab my heart, grab my eye, and this is one of them. This is the Euphoria Cooprii, and I got this from an Etsy grower, Cactology. I believe that's Cactology. It's actually the same place I brought my Euphoria Amac, and if y'all have been watching me, y'all have seen that thing has grown. At least right now, she's a pretty fast grower. This is my second year actually having her outside. She has to be at least 3 feet tall now. And I remember when I brought her, she was almost similar in size to this specimen that I'm about to show you guys. And I know some of you guys is already saying, stop talking, Pam, just show me the plant. Well, hold your panties and drawers. But guys, look. First of all, I'm going to let y'all look at it for a second. I'll wait. Not only was the color beautiful to me, this shape of structure, this, I don't know, Gothic, prehistoric, look like some kind of spear. I don't know. I'm really loving the shape. And not only that, I've seen mature versions of this, and I don't know if that's what they do, but the pictures that I've been seeing almost kind of do it similar. I notice as they grow up, they will twist a little bit, but maybe that's contingent on how you grow them as far as how you blast in the light. Now, this came bare root, as my Euphoria Amac did. So what I did is, of course, I have it in a terracotta pot. I have it in a very chunky aeroid mix, or cacti mix, whatever. I put it in a very chunky soil mix. Whatever you want to name it, it's up to you guys. But right here, and I put these rocks on top. As an added measure, even though when I did receive it, you guys, the cut of it did callus over, but I wanted to play it safe, and I rubbed a little bit of cinnamon on it as is an antiseptic for plants. I didn't do that when I got my Amac, honestly. I just put it in the soil and let it be. So, but I just felt like, I don't know, I just wanted to take an extra step to soothe my heart or my spirit a little bit. And I'm having her sitting in here, and I don't plan on watering her until some weeks down the line. As euphorbias, they are very drought tolerant, which makes a very easy care plant. The easiest and quickest way that I know for a fact to kill a euphorbia is by giving it too much water. So she is one that likes that medium to bright and direct light, but at the same time, you can really kind of neglect her a little bit with the water, and she thrives off of neglect, and I love that about it. The fact that it's a succulent and it also looks like a cacti is like a win-win situation. I love this plant so much, and I'm super excited to see what kind of growth I can get out of her. But guys, look at this. Amazing cactology, you guys, from Etsy. Now, these last two plants, you guys, is actually, of course, the ones that grab at my heartstrings even more because they were gifted to me by my husband. And he did something really special, too. He not only got me these plants, but he also got me these plants from the Plant Farm, one of my favorite plant shops. And, you know, I've been talking about this plant shop, I think, actually, since I started my channel. They really do have good quality plants, healthy plants. I can't recall any specimen that I've received from them that was in bad shape whatsoever. I've never had that experience, and I've been buying from them for the past at least 3 years now, you guys. And what can I say? I just love that place so much. I'm glad I'm affiliated with them. You guys click on the link in my bio. If you purchase through that link, that will help me out, help my channel out, and I thank you in advance if you do take a look at their selection. I honestly feel like now is the time, the best time to actually go and purchase plants from them before we start entering the colder season. It gets a little bit even more expensive, I think, in my personal opinion, which isn't really a fault of the plant growers. It's just the price of, for some reason, it's expensive to ship out there. I don't know. Their shipping cost is a little bit more expensive than what I'm used to, but the quality of the plants, you guys, is really, it really is worth it. So yeah, but let me just jump into it and show you guys the two plants my husband brought. I was just so excited. Oh God, this one right here is a Romia. Guys, I'm going to leave her in here. I just put her in here. This is not going to be her permanent home. She came in a 2-inch planter. I just put her in here just so I could hold her steady because she was top heavy. And this is my Romia maculosa, you guys. God, no. I love this plant. Oh my gosh. Guys. Oh. When I unwrapped this box, I could not stop smiling, you know. And I remember my husband said, you know, you remind me of a child, like childlike, because he saw how much joy it brought me. And honestly, guys, I'm not putting on, plants really make me happy. I love plants. I don't know what it is, if it's genetically in my DNA or whatever, but guys, look at this. When I first saw this plant, I loved it the moment I saw her. I saw her somewhere, and it took me a while to even realize it was a Romia because it's just so unique. First of all, the leaves, the leaves are thick, like Hoya thick, beautiful. You see, look at the, I don't know if the camera is doing any justice, but do you see the natural sheen in this plant, you guys? This is another reason, honestly, for real, not just because I'm affiliated. I would have said this even if I wasn't this is why I really bang with the Plant Farm. Look, it's just so healthy. Now, it's up to me at this point whether or not, if I don't want to kill this plant. I don't want to kill you. She has growth points right here, and I think another little growth point right there. For her to be in a 2-inch planter, you got to admit, this is a nice little size. And look at that. Oh my God, look at the strikingness of the silverness in the leaves. Amazing. Woo. It's amazing. Golly. Love her. I can't, dang, I can't stop it. I can't stop. I know y'all. If any of y'all out there in plant world really deep down in your spirit, like I do love plants, you can know that my joy for these plants is not like over the top. But anyway, this next one, you guys, I'm gonna show you the plant first, and then I'm gonna show y'all the pot. It's so crazy. The pot that I brought, I don't even know what. I got this pot from Ace Hardware. And I think I already showed this pot to y'all a while back. I can't remember. But anyway, I said I wasn't going to rush putting a plant in here just because I love the pot. I said I had to wait for the right plant to go into this pot. And I think he's blessed me with that, with this gift from my husband. But I'm going to show y'all the plant first. This plant is gorgeous. This is actually an epiphyllum. It's called Gallagher, I believe, but it's the Orchid Cactus Fire, you guys. Just listen to that name. Say it again. Orchid Cactus Fire. Guys, look at this plant. I freaking love it. First of all, y'all know I'm getting into these strappy leaf plants. Like, and I already have an epiphyllum, orchid cactus hanging over here, but this one with the red tips. And first of all, this is I don't think the camera is doing its justice as well, but this is very glossy plant as well, you guys. Oh man, look at that red hue. Look at that. I mean, oh man, my heart was beating fast when I saw this thing. And now I'm about to show y'all, it's not big yet, but I'm keeping her in there because when she grows up, she's going in this pot. And y'all gonna see why. Guys, you can't tell me this pot wasn't made for this plant. Look at that. I love it. First of all, the dark green is just going so good with the bronzy color, but then the tips of it just makes the pot. I mean, it's like, honestly, this was it. When I saw it, I was like, this is it. This is the plant vibe for me. This is the everything. Oh, thank you so much, Daryl. I really appreciate you. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. So yeah, I digress. This is the end of this video, you guys. I went on and on about these plant purchases and things, and it just brought me so much joy. I'm curious, you let me know which one out of the ones I did share with you, I think I picked, or there's a different striking differences and variety with the plants that I just shared with you guys. Let me know which one catch your eye the most. But yeah, and again, Plant Farm, you guys, check them out. Click on the link in the bio. Check them out. It's a beautiful place to get beautiful plants. But anyway, keep in mind, you guys, if you love foliage as much as I do, and you love listening to planty things, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and you guys keep on pushing those thumbs up. I've been thanking you guys for helping me out. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world, and until next time, guys, much love. I can't even talk. This plant is so beautiful. Bye.